The reform of Chinese SOEs is a crucial step in the structural transformation and rebalancing of the national economy during the 13th five-year period. A key objective of SOE reform is to clearly define an SOE's role in the economy in order to more appropriately align resource allocation. SOSEC has classified SOEs into three broad categories: public service, fully competitive, and strategic competitive, but SOSEC has not publicly disclosed this classification. We expect the state to maintain controlling ownership in the public service and strategic competitive SOEs. The public service SOEs are akin to policy vehicles, and their creditworthiness will likely be closely linked to the government. The strategic competitive SOEs are the backbone of the economy and include some national champions, which the state is keen to support for the sake of national security, economic development, and social stability. We have seen a number of state-fostered mergers between mega-sized central SOEs, such as the merger of Bao Steel and Wuhan Iron and Steel, as well as the merger of China CNR Corporation and China CSR Corporation, with the aim to create synergies. Mergers of this kind will continue in the next 2 years, and some strategic competitive SOEs business lines will be streamlined, where some of their non-core businesses will be sold off. State ownership will gradually exit fully competitive SOEs. Some of these SOEs will be shut down or consolidated, and some will be privatized. Defaults by aiding fully competitive SOEs will become more common, which helps to improve market risk pricing. In 2016, 9 out of the 16 issuers that defaulted on publicly issued bonds were SOEs. That said, we believe the government will still provide some form of support or relief if the default has wide social repercussion. Another objective of SOE reform is to promote mixed ownership. The government hopes the injection of private capital can help SOEs pay off some debt and to improve their management efficiency. Public listing of state assets through IPOs or backdoor listing is a major form of mixed ownership, but risks abound with regard to valuation and approval by the Chinese securities regulator. SOSEC intends to eventually step back from its regulatory and supervisory role and focus only on exercising its role as a pure shareholder. It has appointed a number of SOEs to become pilot state capital investment companies. These pilot companies include COFCO, Shenghua, SDIC, Ming Metals, and China Merchants Group, among others. We expect this to have limited near-term credit impact on these pilot companies. The most visible change will likely be SOSEC delegating some decision-making power to these companies or authorizing these companies to exercise some power on its behalf. These companies are also likely to be responsible for acquiring and restructuring other SOEs in their respective sector.